The following is a Candlepin Stars and Strikes rebroadcast featuring some of our most memorable programs.
Candlepin Stars and Strikes.
Look at this.
Candlepin Stars and Strikes is sponsored in part by Somerville Lumber. Looks good. Looks good. That's the goal. It's a goal. Candlepin Stars and Strikes is produced in conjunction with the New Hampshire Candlepin Bowling Association. And now your hosts, Doug Brown and Dan Burton.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Championship Week here on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Welcome to the Winds, and we're ready once again to bring you another Championship Week of action. 2 full hours here on Stars and Strikes, and then on Stars and Strikes Doubles, our final qualifiers for this year's Tournament of Champions events.
Hard to believe. This is the last week of the regular season, and we go into the Tournament of Champions next week, and one of these bowlers will take that final spot.
All right, let's meet the 2 bowlers, get right to it, and bring you up to date on what's been happening. First of all, our number 3 seed. He's won 2 matches in a row, and now he's in the finals looking for 3 in a row from Stoneham, Massachusetts, Bob Kelly.
Okay, Bob's average an average of 123, has a high single of 210, roll-off score at 689.
And Bob has won the last 2 weeks with scores of 397 to beat Mike Poulin, and 414 to beat Gary Carrington last week. So now he will face our number 1 seed, making his first appearance here with us on Stars and Strikes from Amesbury, Mass, Rico Baldinelli.
Okay, Rico comes in averaging 120, has a high single of 181, and his roll-off, the highest roll-off score at 703.
I think this crowd is ready for this championship match.
I think so. I think they're going to stay right there until next week, too, so they don't lose their seats.
We've got, of course, $1,000 to the winner of this match and $500 to the runner-up, but more importantly, the winner comes right back starting next week or maybe a couple of weeks down the road, depending on what the final score is today. But the winner does move on to the Tournament of Champions, and of course that's the real big prize at the end of the day. We also have $110 on the line in the bonus ball contest. That'll come up in the end of the show, and we're going to get all of this underway with our first string of 3 right after these words. Don't go away. One more bowler is going to join this group by the end of this hour. Berger, Flynn, Morgan, Mazer, and Goslin. The numbers on the right are the scores in the 3-string championship matches. Those determine the seedings for the Tournament of Champions. So as of the moment, 2 things are guaranteed. Paul Berger will be in the final match, either as the number 1 or 2 seed. Neil Goslin will be in the first match, either as the number 5 or 6 seed. Anything else is up for grabs because the winner of this match will fit into that page somewhere at the end of the hour. Here's the way it's gone the last few weeks. Remember, Mark Arnold joined us the first week, lost his match to Mike Poulin. Bob Kelly defeated Mike Poulin in his first week, and then last week knocked off his good friend Gary Carrington with an outstanding 4-14. And so Bob will try and make it 3 in a row now against Rico Baldinelli. Bob Kelly to lead off the match on lane 32. And we have a sizable crowd here for this one, and they are ready. Championship match. Don't forget, coming up immediately following this hour at 1 o'clock here on the Winds, it'll be Stars and Strikes Doubles. Championship match there as well, as Bill Hart and Mark Arnold go for their 4th straight win. They'll be facing the number 1 seeded team of Norm Bork and Bruno DeFeo. Bob Kelly to shoot at the 8 and 10 in box number 1.
And the 8 and 10 still stand. Remove some of the wood, and still they're up.
Two weeks ago, Bob had a 397 with 14 marks. Last week he had a 414 with 18 marks. Overall, this is now his 22nd appearance on Stars and Strikes with a record of 12 and 9 so far. And there is a spare in the second on the Four Horsemen. And we'll get another look.
Played it on the right side of the head pin.
And now here's quite an interesting story. Rico Baldinelli making his first appearance here on Stars and Strikes. And he's got a quick 9 drop.
And leaving just the 8 pin, and let's see where the wood settles down. Right now I'm leaning towards the far right piece. That might be the one to take. Right straight at it. Good shot. First box, front of the cameras on the wins, and it's a spare.
Rico was telling us prior to the show that he's taken some time off from bowling, several years, 6-7 years. Of course, he comes from a very famous bowling family, and many of them are here cheering him on, as you can tell. Strike on spare.
Of course, the most notable is, of course, his uncle, Tony Baldinelli, a Hall of Famer.
Six on the spare for Bob Kelly in the second.
Ooh, a little low. Oh.
That wood will be in play. And Bob doesn't need it. 34 through 3. $500 to the runner-up. $1,000 to the winner here today. And of course the winner is guaranteed prize money for the Tournament of Champions as well. Chance to win up to $1,500 more, which is first prize.
Bob's got a choice here. I think he's probably going to shoot directly at the 10 pin. Got a clear shot at it. Oh, and he just clipped some of the wood going by. Enough to deflect the pin and the ball.
$44 through 4 for Bob Kelly, and now Rico Baldinelli up on a strike. Talked about his famous uncle. Of course, Tony's daughter, Tony Marie, is Rico's cousin.
Pretty fair bowler in her own right.
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
Double strike.
Wow.
How's this for a debut, huh? Spare double strike. Hasn't even warmed up yet. He's only thrown 4 balls.
He may want to consider taking up the game again.
Same ball.
This keeps up.
That time missing to the right. May have wanted the head pin to stay up, but let's see.
I want the count. Come on, drive it.
All right, come on.
71 through 4 and a 27-pin lead already for Rico Baldinelli.
Nothing to it.
That's right. Take 6-7 years off.
Yeah.
Come back. There you go. Oh, strike for Bob Kelly. Well, the way he's been going the last couple of weeks, I just kind of have a feeling that the explosion is waiting to happen sometime.
Well, that's the only thing he hasn't done is thrown a double strike. He's picked up some remarkable spares, thrown some strikes, but not a double.
Not this time either. But he may have what amounts to a spare leave here on the 1, 2, 4, and 10 with wood in between. Not
Second
quite.
piece?
No.
No. 9 on the strike.
And 9.
Hey, really, one anyway. Come on now.
Come on, start all over again.
Rico Baldinelli from Amesbury. Works at the family business, Baldinelli's Bowlaway, right in Amesbury. And a 9.
it out, guy. Come on.
Come on, keep going.
Families of both bowlers here in force for this final match. And a lot of rooters. Just enjoy the bowling.
5, 6, 10 left for Rico. Piece of wood to the far left and also one in front of the 6-10. Oh, got enough of the wood to take the 5, but didn't touch the 6-10. So he'll be open both of his boxes this time. First time in the match.
10. And the lead is at 18. Bob Kelly with a bit of a punch out. Bob from Stoneham, Mass. This Bay State matchup here for the championship. Bob and his wife Marianne have one son, 3.5-year-old Cameron, and Marianne and Cameron are both in the audience enjoying the match. Bob works as a letter carrier for the U.S. Postal Service.
And those two are both bowlers as well.
Yes.
As you saw at the end of last week's show.
Yes, we should point that out. We didn't get a chance to introduce him officially, but that was little Cameron Kelly that you saw at the end of the program if you were tuned in last week. He got more airtime than Bob did, I think, on that show. Spare for Bob in the 8th.
All over that head pin again, Rico.
Obviously,
Come on,
you
stay
can't
on.
sit on a lead with Bob Kelly. Just keeps plucking away at you, and before you know it, he's back with you. Rico opened up spare double strike. Now he's had 3 open frames and not an easy spare leave here. 5, 6, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10.
Yes, 10 bucks. I would think there would be a time, especially growing up, where in the situation with Rico, where it is the family business and so on, that there would be a time where you might just want to break away for a little while.
Well, you're around it all the time.
Yeah.
That could be.
Get on. That'll go. Come on, give it a ride.
All right, now we'll snap over. Come on, Rico.
The 4, 6, and 10, as you heard one of the fans mention. Possible use of that wood, and there it is for the spare. Matching Bob Kelly's spare in the 8th. That right piece of wood slipped right over into the corner to take out the 10 pin. And Bob Kelly on the spare drops 9.
Looks easy enough, but let's see what happens. Yeah? That's
Well,
what you think, Dan. Couldn't get the words out. The only one you have to worry about is the one facing you. Fear of capping it. That's exactly what Bobby did. 111 through, there you see the replay of that. Just capped the wood and ball went to the right, and everything else either stayed there or went to the left. 111 through 9. And this 111 could have been easily a 140.
that's right.
Would cost him the 10 pin, would cost him the 9 pin just right there in the last box, and now he's looking at the 8-10. I think right down the center he should carry this.
Oh yes, over the last 2 weeks, in his 2 wins here, Bob has averaged 135 a game, so he's going to be a little under that here in this first game. But not much under it. Strike on spare, 131.
Come on, Rico. All over the head pin, guy. Come on.
It was a quick one. 8 pin.
Rico working on a spare now. 110 in the 8th plus the ball.
Punching right through the middle, spread eagle. All the action here on Stars and Strikes brought to you in part by Somerville Lumber. get it right the first time at Somerville Lumber. And by Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan. Come to Salem and save. Route 28, Salem, New Hampshire. Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan. Rico gets out of the spread eagle with the 10 bucks.
Lead now is reduced to 13. Plus Rico is facing a spare strike the last box.
And another one.
Spread eagles in a row.
Wow. Cruel and unusual punishment. I think Rico might have slipped a little bit right at the foul line on that one.
So this is going to be a tight match after the way its first game started.
In fact, Bob Kelly has taken the lead. That's 6 bucks. Gives Bob Kelly a 1-pin lead at the end of the first game. 2 to go to decide the championship. Last match of the regular season here on Stars and Strikes. Lots more to come. Don't go away.
Now, Rico will get us going in the second game. And we should mention that...
Well, no, really, I should mention it.
you should. Well, you didn't really know.
Well, that's true, but it was my blunder.
It's just
so.
a recent transaction.
Oh, is that right?
Anyways, yes. Within the last year, anyways.
But for the sake of cleaning up the business, we ought to mention it.
Oh, I get it.
Oh,
good
great shot by Rico. We won't mention it yet because we're going to look at this replay.
Splits the 3 and the 6. Watch him catch the wood behind. Kicks the wood forward for the 4-pin.
But we should, in fact, clear up that Baldinelli's Bowlaway in Amesbury has actually now been sold.
That's correct. To Mike and Tony Leo. And there's a pretty good fair bowler in his day, too, is Tony Leo.
But the name is the same.
Right.
Baldinelli's Bowlaway.
5-8 left for Rico, trying to make it 2 in a row. And
yes.
He gets out of that. Starting gate opens up. He gets out in a hurry.
Good concentration there, getting around that wood. Bob Kelly now, who trailed for that entire first game until the last box. On the head pin, carrying an extra 1.
3, 7, 8, 10.
And a lot of wood.
And he'll punish this wood down there, I'm sure.
Not quite enough, though.
Maybe just a little too far to the right, but certainly where I would have went. Would have gone, I should say, and probably would have both missed it. So Rico retakes the lead.
And another one of those funny leaves. This time the 3, 5, 7, and 9. That piece of wood in the channel will be cleared. Well out of play. It's a great crowd here today. They'll cheer anything.
That's right.
Cindy Sissom getting a hand. She's working the big scoreboard and taking care of the pin plate for us. And how about that shot? And it'll be 2 10s for Bob Kelly. Could easily have been 2 marks. Got robbed by 1 pin each time.
Pin slid over, never wanted to fall down. Finally did, but didn't take the 7-pin with it. Rico working on a pair of spares. Leading by 7 plus this fill.
Oh, big first ball that time. Somehow, the 9 and the 10 still there.
Oh, he's going to have a shot now. Probably want to avoid the piece of wood on the right. See if he can hit it in between where the wood and the 10-pin are. Oh,
yes.
Got to carry him off the double piece of wood. 3 in a row. Angled just enough to carry him the ball off that right in the red line, and into the 10 pin.
As he started the first game, 3 marks in a row for Rico Baldinelli. In the first game, he included a double strike in that run. This time, the diamond. Leaves are getting tougher.
3, 5, 6, and the 9 pin in the back.
Here it is. All right, come on, 2 more. Okay.
9 for Rico, 61 through 4. Keep in mind not only the importance of who wins the match, but what the score is. For seeding purposes in the Tournament of Champions, there's a strike in the 3rd for Bob Kelly.
Just pulled the string on the 8 pin. Everything went down, and he gave a little extra body English for this one, right there. Strike in the 3rd, his first mark of this second game.
Looking for 2, and that close to being a double. 6 pin.
A rocking 6 pin.
Yes, sir. Spare on strike. We will take a timeout. There's the story. A very tight match. Here in Championship Week, the first of 2 matches to determine our final Tournament of Champions qualifiers. Don't forget, Stars and Strikes doubles immediately following at 1 o'clock here on the Winds. All right, Rico Baldinelli. The 9-10 again. He had this leave earlier. The wood was a little more favorable then.
Yeah, this one's going to be a little more difficult. Boy, you're going to have to go left-hand tip, but I don't know if you can turn it enough.
Oh!
Yes!
Boy, he deserves it. It looks like he's pushed it partway off the back, doesn't it?
That's rocking just like the 9 pin was rocking after the first ball.
$10. Let's see. The 10 pin definitely moved. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Again, all over the head pin. 3 and 10 pins left. And no wood that really is going to help, I don't believe. Does have a piece just to the left of the 3 pin.
Oh, used it to perfection. Just like that. Mark number 8 for Rico Baldinelli. Bob Kelly has 7, and he's working on one right now, a spare in the 4th. The fill is 7.
3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5.
That wood is getting worse, though.
Yeah, he's directing traffic. You can see the 2 pin now, just barely. Problem is, you got to catch enough of it so he balls and deflect off the other piece of wood.
Oh, yes.
They made that look easy.
3 in a row for Bob Kelly.
And back and forth we go. Anything over 3 takes the lead back, at least temporarily.
Well, we have a moment, a word of thanks and appreciation to Nick Moskeli and the outstanding staff here at Park Place Lanes for their hospitality once again this year as we get ready for the Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions next week, and also a word about Willow Tree North. Rodney Cronin and his staff, the fine restaurant here right inside Park Place Lanes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The Willow Tree North. And of course, don't forget Jonathan's Lounge while you're here. Lots to check out here at Park Place Lanes. Stop by Route 28, Windham, New Hampshire. That was a 7 fill on a spare for Rico Baldinelli, which gives him the lead again in the match by 6. And he takes the 9.
Hey, come on, run one here.
Stars and Strikes doubles coming up at 1 o'clock. Bill Hart and Mark Arnold against Norm Bork and Bruno DeFeo.
Two, 3, 4, and 6. 3, 5, and 6. I'll get them straight.
Yes.
Whatever they were, they're gone now. Spare in the 8th by Rico.
Good shot, kid.
9 marks for Rico. 5 in this game. Bob Kelly. A little thin. The 2-7-8 with wood.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm probably confuse you. Oh, Bob can't believe it. Leaves the 8 pin up.
$10.
Lead is just 5 pins for Rico Baldinelli. He has a mark posted, as you can see. Bob Kelly now will bowl his 8th frame. Game number 2, championship week. One of these bowlers will be the last qualifier in the Tournament of Champions.
Nope, Bob just completely slipped by the head pin. Right now, the way both of these guys are going, the scores are looking pretty good. Winner of this match, well, it's too early to predict, but could be up around the 400 mark, depending how this match goes from here. Of course, we have 2 qualifiers already at 400 or better. Paul Berger at 464, Peter Flynn at 403.
All right, this one goes. Come on.
That's a 6 fill on a spare for Rico, increasing his lead to 11.
Gets up into that all-important double-figure lead. Inside, that close. Come on, jump, somebody said in the crowd. I've tried that over the years. It just doesn't seem to work.
60 feet is a long way away for jumping.
A minor tremor, maybe, but jumping, no.
Come on,
122 through 9.
Another pretty good game by Rico. Opening game of 130.
Rico told us before the show began that he's really not even bowling in a league right now. Half Worcester right.
Now you throw the first ball. Come on.
Maybe some teams after him after this. Playing it inside, and yes, for the spare. Spare in the 10th on the Half Worcester.
Throw the first ball second that time. Come on, now throw it again. Get it up.
132 plus a ball. Full carries the pin. 8-140. 270 through 2 for Rico Baldinelli. Bob Kelly with 2 big marks. Stay right there with him. Let's see. 3, 4, 6, 7. No. Bob Kelly is going to find himself in an unusual position going into this 3rd game. Looks like he's going to be trailing in this match.
Well, he's down by 11 now, and he faces a spare 8, the final frame, so you at least want to duplicate that if he can.
How about a strike? A big strike in the 10th. No. A big fill or a mark on this would keep the lead in single digits. Actually, it would have to be a mark in order to keep the lead in single digits. Won't be easy now. Spread eagle. Get as many as he can. Oh, yeah!
How's that?
Oh, yes! I have a feeling we'll get another look at that as we go out to a commercial break. Wow, don't go away. 9 pins the difference. 1 game to decide the championship. Well, Bob Kelly took us to that last break, converting the spread eagle for a spare. And now he'll start off game 3.
That was the difference between a double figure lead and a single figure for Rico.
Silly me, I said it wouldn't be easy.
Well, it wasn't. He made it look easy. Well, the 7-10, double piece of wood. So the second piece will, or the first piece will really fly if you can hit it on the end.
No, yes, 7-10, like piece of cake after the spread eagle. What are you kidding?
I always like to see the double piece, especially when there's distance in between the two. You're going to get some movement from it, and he did just that to pick up the 7-10.
That is mark number 11 for Bob Kelly. A little full, carries 1 extra.
And it turned a little bit for him. He's got a shot at sweeping everything from right to left. Play the wood against the 3-pin.
Oh, yeah. 2 in a row for Bob.
If we're seeing some great shot making at this point. Wow.
This is a terrific match. And in and of itself, it would be a terrific match. But when you consider that it's for the championship and a spot in the Tournament of Champions and for $1,000, whoever has a ball in his hand last may win this one.
That's right. As we mentioned when we were at break, too, the way the bowlers are bowling, the loser of this match is liable to beat some of the ones that are in the Tournament of Champions. Unfortunately, bowled against the wrong person in the championship round. Right back in there.
My.
Roll down and kiss.
Well, an interesting wood configuration here on the 7-8.
Well, it's going to play it. It's got a chance of making it.
The sweep, yes. Rico matches the 2 marks for Bob Kelly.
And actually gains 4 in count with a strike spare as opposed to spare 6 spare.
We're going to have to pause here a moment because a ball has gotten loose on lane 31, so Cindy Sissom will go down and take care of it. Wow. All this excitement, and the Tournament of Champions starts next Sunday. Bob Kelly working on a spare. Lane 32.
A little light that time, but another 6 fill. 3, 5, 6, 10.
Ooh, too good that time. And the 8.
40 through 3. Rico got the early lead, the first string. Bob Kelly came back and took the lead by a pin. Rico built the lead back up again. Bob came back at him again. Just how many times can he hold off the charge of Bob Kelly? This time the 10 pin for Bob.
Oh, yes. Right on it for the spare.
3 out of 4 boxes, marks.
Rico returning that loose ball to the rack. He's working on a mark. Who isn't? Missed the head pin that time.
Got away with it, though. A decent 7-pin drop on the spare, the 1, 3, and 7. Piece of wood to the right, and also one in behind the head pin, between the head pin and the 7.
Yes.
3 in a row.
Hey, take advantage of that break now. Come on, 8, 9, and 10.
That's 13 marks now for each bowler.
Each is waiting for the other one to blink.
Rico's pushed the lead into double figures. It's at 16 right now, plus this ball.
Nope, he was off the headpin again this time. He didn't get away with it quite as good as he did last box, but it's still a 5 on the spare. Pushes the lead to 21. Bob Kelly has one posted already, though.
Rico taking no chances, going for the 2 in the corner. Needs each pin he can get because this match looks like it's going down to the final box. Bob Kelly will return to fill that mark in the 4th as we come down the stretch here on Stars and Strikes. Don't go away. Six boxes to go in this one. What a match this has been. Bob Kelly, who's in the position of having to post a score here because Rico is the number 1 seed, has the advantage of going last. Bob regroups, fires the spread eagle.
Regroup to the spread eagle. Started once and something distracted him. He stopped, pulled back, it took a couple seconds, and then went right through the middle. Only a 4 fill on the spare. Works
9.
out of it with a 9.
So the lead is 16 for Rico Baldinelli.
Puts it about 2 marks away for Bob Kelly. 5 frames remaining.
Can't really keep too close an eye on the scores yet because the match is so close, but got to figure that the winning score in this match is going to be 390 or better anyway. And if that's the case, the winner would be up around that number 3 seeded spot for the Tournament of Champions. 2 open frames for Bob Kelly. Opportunity for Rico Baldinelli here. The 1, 6, and 10.
That's a nice one. Pretty.
Whoa, watch out. Slipped right by.
Hey, Woggy, come on, get the pin. There we go. That'll wait.
10 box.
Boosts the lead to 17 now. He's opposite a 9 frame, and now the 10 box by Bob Kelly.
Oh, big break there, kicking out the 7 and 10.
Everything but the 5 pin, all alone.
We didn't mention it at the time, Dan, but Rico has started each of the 3 games with 3 marks in a row.
This may be the biggest one of the match right here.
No, slipped by, so he is not able to take advantage of those 2 opens by Bob Kelly. The strain of the money and the pressure here a little bit late in the match.
Well, that's the difference with staying away from it for a while. You got to be tournament tough and television tough, and that little added pressure. Well, as Bob Kelly got 1 more charge left into him. Well, that's an 8-pin drop.
And a piece of wood coming over. Each bowler right now with 13 marks. But Rico Baldinelli has the lead by 17 as we move into the final 4. Now just 3 left for Bob Kelly as he marks in the 7th. Remember, he has to post a score because Rico will be bowling last. That looked like it might be even better when it...
Yeah, when it went
First hit.
down.
Yeah.
5, 8, and 9, and he wants the wood to settle down. He wants a clear shot at the triangle, and he'll have just that if he can buy the front piece of wood.
Yes.
And it's 2 in a row.
Well, that'll put a little added pressure on Rico Baldinelli as
Absolutely.
Bob gets 2 marks up there that time. Bouncing right back. Rico is on the head pin, and he drops 9.
What he needs is some wood right now. He just missed a single, and his confidence has to be questioned at this point. He drops 9, and looks like he's going to have... No. Wood rests against it, so he's got some room for error. Just the 4-pin.
Got it.
That may have been the easy part. Now comes the fill. Remember, if he drops 7, the lead goes back to the 17 pins he had when he started these 2 boxes. Off to the head pin, and he got a good break. 7-pin drop. 1, 2, and 7 pins left. A piece of wood in between the 1 and the 2. Head pin should carry them all.
Let's see. Yes. 2 marks each in the 7th and 8th. Well, you couldn't ask for anything better than this last regular season match of the year.
Well, he may have missed a single early, but he came right back, and those two were clutch marks. Bob Kelly working on a spare. Can't let up. Just the 4. Really needs to convert this.
Yep.
He does! Still alive!
Big spare in the 9th for Bob Kelly.
We need a big fill and another mark to force Rico to get 1 more. Well, it's going to be a 7, a decent drop, but he really needs this mark. Let's see where the wood settles down. Even if he catches a 2-pin clean, I think that wood might travel right in front of the 6-pin. Ah, you kidding me? Come on! 4 in a row. He caught just enough of that wood to fly it over. Watch, just catch the tip of the wood. Great shot.
17 marks. He's at 392 plus a ball.
Incredible match. And it's a 7.
7 more, 399. 399 for Bob Kelly.
So Rico needs 130 to win, and right now he's at a 128 clip. Needs a big fill, and he can pin out.
Oh, watch out.
Oh.
My, oh my. That looked like it could have been a half Worcester.
Come on, rooting for score now. Come on.
Instead,
That gives him the match. Just
No,
about, well,
not officially, but
not officially, but you're looking at the score now, as someone said in the audience. That will.
the
Anything
fill on
over
this
4.
mark will do it. Yep. Wow. 403 is the 2nd seed now. That would be the score that Rico would be shooting at, and he'd only need a 133 to beat that, and he's got that already. So Rico Baldinelli has won this match and has also put himself in as the 2nd seed in the Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions, which begins next week. And no, not a mark in the 10th. 144 and a 414 for Rico Baldinelli. What a terrific match here on Stars and Strikes by both bowlers. We'll be back to hand out the prize money and talk to everybody and see if we can't give away more money on the bonus ball contest. That's coming up in a minute. Back we are on Candlepin Stars and Strikes, and how about a terrific match that was for the final regular season match of the year. Let's keep the applause going for Bob Kelly. We'll have Bob come up. Got a check for $500 for Bob, which I know is not the right check as far as you're concerned, but boy, Rico hung right in there with you and came up with some big marks when he needed them.
Like I said, he came back and he was starting to bowl good, and I've been hearing about him. He just shows to show you, he answered every call I threw at him.
But again, for 3 weeks, you averaged a 403. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite good enough on this last day. But boy, some terrific bowling by both of you today. Congratulations! And unfortunately, this will be the last time we see you until next year. But we hope it won't be too long. Thanks very much, Bob.
Okay, thanks. I got the fight to come back next year.
All right. Thanks, Bob. Bob Kelly, a class act and a good champion, and gracious in defeat. Rico Baldinelli now to roll the bonus ball for us, as we have $110 and a couple of sets of brand new bowling balls on the line. And let's see, it'll be a 7. That's the third week in a row that we've had a 7. Let's see if Dan can pull a 7 out of there. We have a winner. Congratulations. Come on up, Rico. Come on up, Rico, and we'll talk to you in a second. Our winner is Tinny Drew from Concord, New Hampshire. Tinny Drew, congratulations. $110 for you, a brand new set of bowling balls from Paramount Industries, and that means you'll be receiving a brand new set too, and maybe you can use them on the Tournament of Champions. Slide right in here, Rico, so we can get you on camera. Terrific job.
Yeah, I didn't expect to start out like that, and I was nervous, but I got some breaks down the end too, which really helped.
Seemed like the beginning of each game, you had 3 marks in a row beginning of each game. It's got to help.
Yeah, I did. Off to a good start, never hurts.
A lot of fans rooting for you too. I guess that helps too.
Yeah, right, they did. I was glad I could win one for them.
Well, you got not only the win, which is good enough for $1,000, also the brand new set of bowling balls for the bonus ball contest. And not only that, but now you're the number 2 seed for the Tournament of Champions, which means that we'll see you back here in a few weeks to take on one of those remaining bowlers and a chance for more prize money. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. As I said during the show, you may want to consider taking up the game again after this.
Oh, yeah, no, we'll see what happens.
Thanks a lot, Rico. We'll see you. We'll see you on the Tournament of Champions. And now here's a look at the final Tournament of Champions ladder. This is the way it'll shape up. Starting next Sunday at 12 noon here on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. You see Rico Baldinelli with the 414 slides in at that number 2 spot, bumping out Peter Flynn. So the first match next week, Dan, will be Neil Gosselin and Bob Mazer. That'll start us off in the Tournament of Champions for this year.
I hope he waits a couple more years so I can retire before he comes back, seriously. And this is Tiny Drew. Tiny Drew. I know this, okay. Yes, from Concord, New Hampshire. Right. That's great.
All right, great. Thanks very much for straightening that out. Again, the congratulations to Rico Baldinelli for getting into the Tournament of Champions, a bonus ball contest winner too, and that means we'll reset the jackpot for next week. And by the way, because it's going into the Tournament of Champions, we'll keep all the cards that are in here in the TV. We'll give everybody a second chance to win before the end of the season. So again, next Sunday at 12 noon, the Tournament of Champions begins here on Stars and Strikes. Don't go away, though, because coming up in just a few minutes, it's Championship Week on Stars and Strikes doubles as Bill Hart and Mark Arnold go for their 4th straight win. They'll be facing the number 1 seeded team of Norm Bork and Bruno DeFeo. Until then, for Dan Murphy and the whole crew, I'm Doug Brown. Have a good week, everybody.